Hello everyone, I'm Aditya here and this is
Aslesh.
and welcome to Being Random.
This is our first episode, first pilot
Yes,
episode, let's call it that.
yeah,
And
whatever
it's
you want to call it.
been a long time coming. Let's
I
have
think a
fun.
lot of takes, lot of iterations. Sorted out a lot of stuff, yeah.
We did a couple of dry
New to
takes.
this, yeah, so we're getting everything sorted out. The
Yeah,
mic,
for dry takes, and I think now everything is streamlined. It's easier
yes,
to set up.
sounds
So,
good, everything sounds
welcome
good.
to the first episode.
Yes, congratulations to us.
Yes,
I
yes.
know nobody's sharing. Okay.
So, brief introduction. I am Aslesh. I am an engineer, and I am an hybrid athlete as well. I run, I lift weights, enjoy life, and have a strong opinion about a lot of random things.
Okay. I'm Aditya. I'm a diet and nutrition coach. I'm currently pursuing my MA in psychology. And yeah, that's what I do for as a profession right now.
But you were an engineer, no?
I
Started off
was
as
an
an engineer.
engineer, I've done my master's, I have a lot of degrees, so yeah.
I have a lot of casual flex.
I don't think it's a casual flex. I think people think it's absurd that you studied something as a new
Yes, I think
doing
uh,
another profession. So
both of
I had a lot of people question me regarding this. And yeah, I think nobody usually goes out of their way to study 4 years electrical electronics engineering, and then uh, usually people at least migrate to software and they get a job. But I still did software. It's pretty messed up. I still did software. I worked as on-site and off-site oil and gas engineer, um, basically to construction, commissioning, testing, and design also of offshore and onshore platforms. All the electrical systems, basically, not the
so you
complete
went from a
platforms.
hardcore electrical engineer to a nutritionist and a
Yes,
runner,
diet and nutrition
diet and
coach.
nutrition coach.
Yeah, I emphasize on that always,
Why do you
diet and
emphasize
nutrition.
on that?
So I feel there's a very people usually say, oh, there's no difference. No, there is a lot of difference. I think your conventional nutritionist or a dietitian uh, will not or is not inclined to motivate you.
Okay.
And when you do go approach a dietitian or nutritionist, I think you have to be self-motivated completely,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot rely on them for uh, having to
A
change your
push.
lifestyle.
Yes,
Yeah.
change the lifestyle.
So part of what I do is I help people change their lifestyles. I help people change their perception towards food, the approach that they take on food on a daily basis. That's very important.
But what got you to change your lifestyle in the first place before you start
It was my own
changing?
life.
Yes, but what got you to
So
do that,
my
right?
lifestyle was shitty. So I have some old photos. Eventually,
Oh, dude.
I will
It's
share
on, I
those.
think, till date, the pinned reel on your Instagram surprises me.
Yeah.
It's, I think, the longest period that I've known you, almost like a little bit over 2 years, I think, or 2 years now. Uh, every single time I've seen that reel, I didn't know it was you until I think 3 months or four
Until
months
we spoke about it.
until we spoke about it. I think 3 months later, I'm like, dude, is that you? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what?
So I think it's a good reminder for me. So I pinned it on the top. So every time I see that, I know where I came from, and I know I don't want to go back there.
Dude, you look old there. Look
Yeah.
very old. I think you aged better after
Yeah,
that.
that's the whole point, right? We
Yes,
all want to, or at least should, try to age gracefully, and I think that's
aged like fine wine.
yeah. Okay, no, that goes in a different direction, but yeah, something on that line. Yeah, exactly.
And I think you would give it credit to your lifestyle change, your health, your nutrition.
I'm sorry.
You would give the credit to your health, your
Yes,
nutrition, your
100%.
lifestyle.
So what I started was something on a personal note. I wanted to do a lot of things for myself, and through the process of changing myself and bettering myself, I came to realize that there are a lot of people out there who have a lot of difficulty maneuvering this specific part of their life. And in India, with the population we have, I think that number is very, very large.
Yeah.
And I've spoken to a lot of people who are obese. I've taken feedbacks, and they all emphasize that this was one part where they needed a lot of help and support. So that's the reason I took this up as a niche, and now it's my profession.
Dude, I think when it comes to health and fitness, there's so much, I wouldn't say misinformation, there's just so much information today. There's
There
so
is, there
much
is, there is.
information, and then half of it, yes, I'll agree, is misinformation, or I think things have their
I
pros and
I
cons,
think
right?
I think it goes like this. So if a regular person wanted to is listening to a specific podcast by a nutritionist, and obviously the nutritionist will have a lot of things to say, but they do not wait for them to complete the podcast, because when a nutritionist says something, there's always a basis for it,
Yeah.
and they will also emphasize that if you do this, this could happen. There are
Yes.
chances that this could happen, and this will happen because of this. So there are a lot of ifs and buts and other
Exactly why
reasons,
I
and
said
this is what people don't realize.
exactly why I said I wouldn't say misinformation. I would say a lot of information
Yeah, a lot of them.
because there are pros and cons for everything that you realize, and I think the more you get into it, you'll realize, okay, this works for me. This doesn't work
Yes,
for me, and I
yes.
think figuring that out takes so much time,
Yeah, very
and
true.
it also needs a lot of guidance.
I think a lot of people get stressed thinking about it, and they get tired, and that's
Dude, you get
where we
fed
come
up.
in. Yeah, that's where
You
we
get
come in.
fucking fed up trying to figure
And
it
I
out.
think our job is basically to do that part for them. So they don't have to think, they can just forget about
Put it
everything,
in cruise
just follow.
control,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
yes,
Forget about everything, just follow what I give you or follow what I
a
tell you,
professional
and
gives you, yeah.
obviously you will see the result. See, end of the day, I think everybody is only running behind the result, but they don't see the work that goes into it.
Easy
So,
work goes
yeah,
into
so
it.
I always tell people that even if you have a 1% increase uh, in every 2 days, you're still going to reach 100 at some point, right?
Yeah,
So the goal is to keep it consistent and just keep pushing forward.
and
We do get tired mentally. That's a given. Every single human, I mean, even if he's human, I think, I don't know. Everyone does get tired, and things do get monotonous sometimes. So it's fine if you decide to take a break
you
from what
get
you're doing.
burnt out sometimes. You
So
get burnt out,
yes, exactly. We do get burnt out.
and I think so. Yeah, coming back to it, I think both of us use this term a lot. It was a switch, and
Yeah, yeah.
we have a switch that just flicks out of no reason, or there is a
Oh, there's a
very huge
there's a
reason.
very
Sorry,
profound reason
it's not
actually.
a no reason. It's just it happens
It
within no
just
time, I
it
feel.
depends from person to person. So a lot of people I've met, they come from a place where they've been obese for a very
Yes.
large part of their
Yeah.
life, and it's either they were made fun of, or people are told, "Oh, that's it. This guy can never do this." I don't think it's the case for anybody.
Yeah.
I think provided you have the right guidance and you're doing the right thing, it's 100% that
And
you are
time.
going to change.
And time, I think.
Yeah.
You give it enough
There's a
time.
timeline.
Yes.
Definitely, there's
Give
going to
it
be a
enough
timeline.
time.
There's no magic pill. It doesn't happen in a month.
Dude,
I think you yourself are a living statement for that. You know that
oh
very well.
yeah. So I think I remember how I started. My switch was, I think, as you said, it comes from a very, very well defined reason. And I believe the reason is when you tell yourself the truth,
Yeah,
right? When you cut the bullshit and you
obviously.
you tell yourself how life is the way it is. No sugarcoating. I think that is where you will realize, okay, this is what I'm supposed to change. This is what I'm supposed to change.
Problem is, a lot of us don't want to accept
Yes.
a lot of things that we do.
The reality of things, I think all of us.
We justify. See, I'm not saying uh, there's no right or wrong.
There's no right or wrong.
There's no right or wrong. But unfortunately, people have created this concept in their mind that this is right, this is wrong, and that's fear of being judged. I think is what doesn't let you move forward.
And I think the moment, um, for me, yeah, I remember I told myself, dude, you're not happy. And I realized I wasn't happy. And I'm like, okay, I want to change something about it. I want to change. And I didn't do it because I wanted to look like this person. I want to look like I admire Chris Bumstead or I admire someone else, right? I want this kind of physique. It
Oh, by the
was,
way, I've admired Ronnie Coleman and
oh,
Arnold for a very
dude,
long time.
yes.
Very long time.
Dude, you admire them. You look up to them. I also admire Chris Bumstead. But
I
I it wasn't the goal. I think it was I admire what they do. I admire almost every athlete that competes and puts in that effort because it's not easy, man. It's not
yeah, I
fucking
agree.
easy. And
Nothing comes easy. I mean, at least nothing good comes easy.
I think good comes
Good comes easy.
easy.
We exactly.
So I remember I decided to go work out, and this was during COVID. And I think a lot of us started working out during
I
COVID.
think COVID changed a lot of people's
So
lives.
those
They had
two
more.
years
I think they
was
suddenly had more time for themselves, and everyone got very conscious regarding their health.
yes conscious. Yeah,
And it it was good, and it was also not
people
good
also
for many
had
reasons.
time to pick up hobbies.
Oh yeah,
And then also, as you said, it was good, it was bad, it was ugly for a lot of us.
yes, yes, definitely.
And I think
A lot of people are in a bad place.
we used, yeah, I think because of that, we looked towards unhealthy habits and healthy habits equally to cope with it. And the people who have started working out, I think that was one way we coped, as at least how I started coping with it. And I, I don't know why, I just stuck with it. Just became part of life.
Makes sense.
And that is why, okay, I've learned enough. I think I've done it for a good amount of time, 3 years, 4 years approximately, and
Actually,
learned
truth be
enough.
told, I think we're always learning,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
it never ends. Um, doesn't matter who we are. I think it just never
I,
ends,
I know
and
I ask you random ass questions about food. Like, Aslish, I'm
we
not sure.
learn.
I will go check
We learn.
and we'll figure it out.
I learn a lot when people ask me questions also,
That's how
because
it
there
is.
are certain aspects that I do not realize, that I do not know, because I haven't applied it, or I
Yes.
haven't come across a situation where I need it. But when I do, so I learn more.
And I think once you start getting into this lifestyle, you fuck around, you find out, and you. I don't think everything fits like a glove for everyone.
No,
Weight training
it
doesn't
doesn't.
apply. Dude is romanticized a lot. It doesn't have to fit for everyone.
It's
CrossFit doesn't have to fit with
it's
everyone.
very I would say it's very specific from person to person,
Yes,
because people have different likes and dislikes when it comes to food groups, cuisines. People eat at different timings. People have
very
different
personal.
medical conditions.
Dude, forget that. I know people who got into the gym just to get strong, and they took up powerlifting because that was their goal, right? And I got to the gym, okay, probably because I was in a good shape and I wanted to fix that. You wanna?
I'll just take
Yeah, we'll
break,
just take
break.
a break and then we'll get back. And yes, we are back.
And we're back. Yeah, sorry about that.
So I was saying, yeah, I think it comes from. It also comes from the reason that you flip the switch. For me, it came through. I didn't like what I looked at, and I wanted to, and I started training for aesthetics. And I have friends who didn't want to be stronger, even though it came from that. So they started doing powerlifting. But I think even after you start doing stuff, I did traditional bodybuilding for a good chunk. I think a year and a half, 2 years approximately, and then I started venturing into running, and I fell in love with running. Even though I hate the activity, I fucking hate running, but I fell in love with the
I
entire
I've heard
activity.
this from a lot of people.
Dude,
And all the people who have told me they hate running are now running with me.
yes,
So okay, him included.
yes, me.
Him included.
And yeah,
It's
running
tough. It's
tough.
tough.
It fit like a glove, and I enjoy it. And I know I was talking to you, your brother, and couple of our running friends, and the whole idea of doing all the world majors. Now it just gives me goosebumps, man. It's on my bucket list now. I want to do
Yeah,
it as well. So I feel that is one thing that nothing has to fit you like a glove,
nothing
but you
does
you
actually.
figure it out, dude. Even if Pilates is
You
what you want to do,
yeah,
like do it.
I feel you create your own system, you create your own discipline, and you just keep it going. You never stop.
Yes, yes.
The
That's what
goal
it
is to
is.
never stop,
Yeah.
and that's very important. I think one person in our running group is Nimesh, obviously,
Yes,
who
Nimish.
is currently uh, working on completing the world majors. He's finished Berlin. He's left for Tokyo
Yes,
today.
Tokyo this year.
Today.
Yes. Today?
Yeah, yeah, he left
He
today.
left for today.
His run is
Oh.
on Sunday.
Oh my
His run is on
god.
Sunday. So he's on his way to Tokyo, and that's beautiful, actually.
The cherry
S
blossoms came early this year.
no, I don't
No,
think he can
I
see
don't
it.
know if he can,
Yeah,
but
he
it
can't.
it came early
But it came early
so he
this
can
year.
probably see.
Unfortunately, he might not be able to get a view of that. But we were discussing the other day when we were working out, and I was telling him, get me a lot of matcha.
Forget matcha, man. All of us are
And
giving.
my favorite, straw hat.
Yeah, One Piece. So both
Yeah.
of us love anime. So I was getting to that. Forget matcha and food. I think a lot of us are giving lists anime related, and he
Yeah.
doesn't get it. He doesn't know.
He won't. He won't get it. He's like, hey, bloody you people watching cartoon.
He
I know.
calls it
Get
hentai,
angry.
man.
Get angry.
He
Oh
calls it fucking hentai.
no, no, not. Yeah, okay. Obviously, Nimesh supports that word. The main person who calls anime hentai is okay. I'll keep that as a surprise. We'll talk about this later. We'll have him on one of our episodes. So yeah,
We'll attack him on the
yeah. We'll
podcast.
attack him on the video. Yeah, that makes more sense. So yeah, I think for me, I started watching anime when I was in a very dark place.
Oh,
It was not something that I just watched out of the blue. No,
which timeline was this? Like, how old were you when you started watching? Not
uh,
old, which year, please? I don't want people to guess your age.
2019 was when I started.
Oh, so both of us actually started watching anime at the same time then. I started in
2019 was when I
2018,
started
yeah.
watching anime, and my my folks, my people were like, "Wrong with you?
You're
Why are you
watching
watching cartoon?" I
cartoon.
said, "Don't say cartoon. It's not cartoon. It's anime. Better know this, huh? Don't say cartoon.
So I think
This is for all the people who are around me and keep saying cartoon, huh? It's not cartoon. It's anime. Okay.
I remember my mom said the same thing. And my mom watches a lot of shows. And I said, why don't you try watching an anime? And I asked her to watch Death Note. And then once she watched Death Note, she's like, okay, she never called it cartoon again. Because Death Note is it's a good anime, right? And it
I
has
think
its dark moments, it has
for
its.
me, uh, when I started watching, I was in a very bad place, and it helped me get out. It helped me move out of that place. Uh, you don't have a particular see. It kind of gave me hope. It's a weird thing to say,
I'll agree with you, yeah.
and it's you being able. For me, anime is you being able to completely put your emotions out there.
But which anime distracted you
I
at
think
least?
when I started off, it was with Naruto.
Okay. Are you
But I got bored.
Naruto or Naruto Shippuden? Like, or both of them?
Shippuden.
Well, you just started with Shippuden. You didn't even
Shippuden.
watch Naruto. Okay.
I didn't know what I was watching.
Hmm.
So I think it was Naruto then Shippuden because they had
Okay.
like so it was like huge.
Naruto and Shippuden, both of them combined is like 720 something.
Yeah, it's a lot of episodes.
Naruto.
No, I started from when he was a kid.
Okay, then
I
you
did watch Naruto.
then you watch
Yeah,
Naruto. Yeah.
it's Naruto then Naruto Shippuden. So,
I love how
but
we went from running to Naruto.
yeah,
But
but
this is how the podcast is gonna be.
and it teaches you a lot. You can take a lot of positive out of it. I think how you feel on a daily basis, how you manage it, how you cope with it,
Yes, we are
and
romanticizing.
every single anime I've seen is that don't fucking give up.
Oh yeah.
That's my take out of it.
Oh yeah. Oh
Don't
yeah.
fucking give up, no
Especially
matter
Naruto.
what the hell happens.
Hmm.
One Piece, for example, I get goosebumps
Oh
every
yeah.
single time I
So
watch an episode. I mean,
when
the way
I
he shouts, the way he expresses, and he says, fucking, I am going to become the king of pirates. And he'll be in the
yeah.
most shittiest situations, and he says that. And that's what I'm talking about.
Dude,
That gives me
one of my
goosebumps.
favorite scenes. I think two of my favorite scenes is Nico Robin yelling, "I don't want to die."
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
that is one of my favorite scenes, and Zoro also saying nothing happened when I think there's blood all over him, and I think the scene with Kuma.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, all of these things.
Even there's one more scene I remember.
Please don't give spoilers. People are
Okay,
gonna kill
okay,
you.
okay. My bad. Guys, go
But
watch it.
yeah.
Amazing series.
So I relate
Definitely a
to
must
I
watch.
relate to what you said because I started watching One Piece when I was in a bad place. I was very intimidated by One Piece because I'm like, dude, it's been running since like from before I was born, and by the time I started already, I think it was at its 1990. I think it was in its Wano arc 990. So it just was crossing 1,000. I'm like, dude, 1,000 episodes. I'm not gonna watch this, man. It's gonna be.
I thought the same,
Yes,
but
and
I think
then
before I knew it, I just fucking blew
yeah,
through.
and I think that's what it is. Um, I picked it up when I was in a dark situation. I think it was the end of COVID, and it was my coping mechanism. And I started watching.
Ah, I forgot it's an airplane mode.
Oh,
I keep wondering if my phone's ringing. Okay.
so then yeah, One Piece became this show that I watched whenever to distract myself, and I love that show. I love that show too. As you said, it taught me a lot as well, and yeah, I think that's what One Piece means. And my dog is named after Luffy. Yeah,
Luffy.
and I got him also when I was in a dark place. So
He's
that's
a
the
very lively
story.
guy. Yeah,
Yep,
very lively.
he's a proper therapy dog, man.
Yeah. So for people, I don't know if any of you out there are going through shit in your life. I think guys find help. Life's not so bad. Look at where I ended up. Of course, obviously, you guys don't know the backstory. I mean, if at
It
some
shall come
point,
with time.
yeah, if,
Yes.
if at some point you guys want to hear about it, just do let me know. I think we will have a comment section when this is posted, right?
Yep.
So please rant. I know half of you will be
Oh,
abusing
I
us.
want I want you to guess Aditya's age.
Nah, don't do that.
Please guess.
Don't do that in the comment section. That's not
Please.
that's not polite.
Please.
Okay, now he's being an asshole. Okay.
But yeah, I think that's what it is. It's you trying to get energy from anything and everything. It doesn't matter what it's from. You don't like if it's giving you hope, if it's giving you a sense of okay, I want to do something. Please latch onto it and stick it through.
For me, I've always felt that initially I used to like, oh, why is this happening to me? I think that's very easy to do, right? That's very easy to
Yes,
do.
playing the victim card. That's what I.
Yeah, that's
That's what
very
you
easy
say.
to do. And I think eventually I had a very good support circle. Mainly, yeah, my brother, even though he is a different kind of support, you'll understand later. Uh, I think that helped me get through a lot because these guys were there around me physically, mentally.
I think that's
They're
what.
constantly bombarding me, putting me in uncomfortable situations. I think when you are put in the most uncomfortable situations and you walk past those or you get through those, I think you get stronger and
You
nothing
get
breaks you after
confident,
that
man. You
point.
get
Yeah.
very confident.
But I have to emphasize on this one part. Guys, if you really are in a bad place and you don't know where to start, please go to therapy.
Oh yeah.
Do not demonize therapy. If you're going to therapy, it does not mean you have some form of mental disorder, not necessarily.
Yes, not necessarily.
And please don't use the word mental because mental is just a state of mind.
Neurodivergence.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that I'm asking because
What?
it's called neurodivergence, right? Is that the
Uh,
medical term
yeah,
now?
neurodivergence. Okay. I think
I
it
don't know. I'm
applies.
asking.
It
Asking.
applies for
For
certain
certain things, I think it's
words for
called.
certain things.
I'm learning, man. I don't know. I'm
Uh,
asking you because you study this stuff. So
but I think abnormal behavior is a completely different uh, thing, and it does not. You do not necessarily have to experience those to go to therapy.
you don't have
Because
to
when you
hit
have
rock bottom.
when you have abnormal tendencies or you have abnormal behavior, then it's not therapy anymore. You're going to a psychiatrist.
Yeah. I
I
think
hope I'm saying it correct.
yes.
I'm still learning, so I think I should shut up after this. Okay.
No, it's fine. But I think that's what it is. Running also taught me a lot in that aspect, right? As you said, putting yourself through uncomfortable situations. Uh, I think running, that's one of the major things that got me hooked because I think it taught me to believe in myself. The first thing is that because one of my first timed 10Ks that I did with you around Hussein Sagar, if you
Oh
remember, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
My heart rate was going to 185.
That was the
It
first run we
was my
had.
first
First
run
run
with
we had.
you. And
I think that changed your mindset towards
no,
running.
I narrate this story a lot. I don't think I've ever narrated it to you, but
We did speak
we
about it,
did
I think,
speak about
last
it
time, just a few
recently.
days back.
Yeah, just a few days back. But
It was in context with something
yeah,
else,
yes.
so
So
we did speak
I
about
think that was the run where I can pinpoint and say this is what got me hooked to running. Because, dude, I remember it was what 77 minutes was my time, a very shit time for
it.
that
No, it's
context.
not shit. That's not shit.
Okay,
I would say no time is shit as long
okay,
as you
fine,
reach your
fair
target.
enough, fair
As
enough,
long as you reach your
fair
target.
enough. But I thought it was shit.
Okay, that's a personal thing.
I thought
That's a
it was shit.
personal thing.
But
Effort is an effort.
yes,
I look at it like that.
yes. So my heart rate was spiking, and then I had, I think, a million reasons not to finish. I remember, I don't know if you remember this. I think around the 6th kilometer, 7th kilometer, you asked me this. I was not able to talk. I was catching my breath, and you said, Aslish, do you want to walk for a bit?
Yeah.
Right? You asked me this twice or thrice. and I kept saying mm-mm, mm-mm, and
But we did
we didn't walk.
for a brief.
No, we didn't walk. I refuse to
We went
believe.
very slow.
We were very slow, but it was
We were jogging.
we
We
were
were jogging.
jogging.
Okay.
We didn't walk, right? We were very slow. I know it was an 8 minute pace,
Okay. Okay.
but
Yeah.
but
No,
yeah,
no, 8 is not slow. We were
eight
little more.
thirty, I think.
No, no, yeah, we were a little more slow than
8:30.
that. But
During that period of time, trying to
we
get my
did
heart
slow
rate
down.
down. We did slow down, but I didn't
When
walk.
you felt it, we did slow
Yeah,
down.
we did.
We were
slow
trying
down.
to keep your heart rate within the range,
Yeah.
and we were slowing
So
down
coming to
as
the
and when.
point, I think it was. I had a lot of reasons to stop that day, and mentally, I think I was telling myself, okay, next kilometer I'm gonna stop. Next kilometer.
That's the uncomfortable
Yes,
place.
that's the exactly. But
People don't want to push past that,
yes,
but you
and
did.
yeah, so that is
That's
what
why
I'm
you're
talking
where you
about.
are today.
That is exactly what I'm talking about. It was the mentality change. I think I kept saying, next kilometer I'm going to stop. Next kilometer I'm going to stop. I do not think I would have completed that run if you weren't beside me. Because there was this, maybe, I wouldn't say shame, but there was this accountability that I have to finish this run.
There's no shame.
There was no shame, but there was this accountability that I wanna.
To be very frank, I make sure that whoever's running with me, they're safe.
Yes.
Our goal is rather than to complete, the person has to be safe.
Yeah, you don't get injured at least.
Yeah, you don't injure, you don't pass out. That's more important.
And I'm a very stubborn guy. I think when I told you right before I started the run, I said, Aditya, I want to stick to this pace, and I just want to stick to this pace. I do not care about how much time it takes. I just want to finish it at a consistent pace.
Yeah, I would say for your age,
That's normal.
it was fine.
It's normal. Okay, it's fine.
It was fine because your heart can take
Yes.
that level of exertion. But if I were running with someone who's a little older, I wouldn't have allowed them to push that hard.
Fair enough.
Unless they've already trained.
Yes.
So when they've already trained, automatically their cardiovascular health is going to be better, and the heart rate is not going to spike.
We'll come to that.
Yeah,
I think. So then after I finished the run, so the last I think 100 meters was a additional loop around the finish line. Even though I was doing that loop, I think you fell back off a little and you asked me to go. You asked me to go, right? In my head, I was still thinking, I do not think I can finish. For some reason, there was so much self doubt that day. And the moment I crossed the line, I was in denial. I was honest denial. I'm like, dude, did I finish? I think until, remember, all of your friends came and we started talking. That is when it settled in. I think all of the adrenaline like stabilized and it settled in that, dude, for the last 77 minutes, I've been telling myself that I couldn't do it. And I was brutally honest to myself. I wasn't bullshitting the customer. Oh, you can't do it. It was honest. I cannot do it today. Right. But for some reason, I pushed through and I loved that feeling. I do not know if it was the feeling of proving myself wrong or the feeling of confidence that I could have done it. I did it. And I think that was what got me to love running. That, overcoming that hurdle or overcoming that bump of self doubt.
Yeah.
And that taught me a lot. And also taught me to believe myself.
Like you unlock a new level.
Yes. And
every single time.
Yes. And then I think the next 10K, the next official like time 10K that I did, it was after
Green
2
Khana
months.
run.
Yeah, Green Khana run. It is in the.
Not after 2 months.
How many months? 3 months? 4 months?
After a year.
No.
We did Green Khana recently.
Green Khana
2023.
2023 October was Green Khana.
Huh?
You do realize the Hussain Sagar was Independence Day run? It was the Independence Day run.
When was that?
When is Independence Day?
When is that? August. Okay, I'm correct. Shit.
I started running 23 April. June, April.
Okay, August, September. Oh yeah.
August, September.
Yeah, 3-4 months.
Yeah, 3-4 months. So
not bad.
Exactly.
3-4 months of training.
Exactly. So Green Khana was in a really beautiful place. It was in the world's biggest meditation
I guess
center.
I never look back.
Yeah, you don't look back, fine. And so it was half like semi trail run and half on like the road.
Nice.
It was a very nice place, and I told Aditya I want to do an under 60-minute run, 10K. And
we decided we were going to.
I think a week before I'm like, Aditya, I do not care what's happening. I'm doing it.
We just decided, and I think.
And I remember that day I had an hour sleep because I my sleep sucks before race day. I need to fix that. And yeah, and I still went and I told your brother and I told Nimesh that I want to do an under 60 minutes. And they said, come with us. We're going to do it. And you and Nimesh stuck together. You guys were like, okay, we're going to go slow. And then your brother helped me push, he helped me pace. He was amazing. He pushes very ruthless when it comes to pushing.
Oh yeah.
And
By the way, he started running in 2023,
yeah, I know.
and
February 2020.
so I've been at least running for like 3 4 years. He's started running. I mean, he is obviously physically fit already. He works out with us. He runs with us. He goes plays badminton in the evening. So yeah,
He's
definitely
an
he's fit.
athletic guy.
Yeah, he is very athletic, and he's played a lot of sports in his much younger days, and he continued to play
Hmm.
throughout. He
Yeah.
enjoys playing sports. So he's played cricket, he's played tennis, he's played basketball. He's pretty much good at everything he's played.
Yes.
So he enjoys the sport. He enjoys sports basically. So he started off and then he did his first 10 and then he said, it's easy. And then he did a 21. He said, it's okay. And then he came and he ran the Hyderabad Marathon with us and he was like, I completed. And we were like, shit.
But all of it wasn't like under the span of like 4 5 months.
It was within a span of I think 6 7 months.
February was his first run. If I'm true.
February to September.
February was his
February,
no.
March,
February was
April,
his
May.
first half marathon.
Yeah, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah,
Yeah.
8 months. 8 months he ran the full marathon. So I
So
think I think it is possible, provided you have the uh, physical strength and the
yes,
endurance.
the endurance. It's about knowing your physical limits.
Yes, very
Yes,
much.
you make progress when you push your limits, but you don't break your limits. The moment you break your limits, you break yourself.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
so yeah, whenever we say anything, it comes from our personal experiences. So
Yeah,
please,
everything we say, I think is just my personal experience and his.
yes,
So it doesn't mean that what we did will work for you, not
yeah. So that's what
necessarily.
you're trying to
So
say.
please keep that in mind.
And
So there's this
know
thing,
your
no, when you
limits.
see those stunt sequences in movies, they say, please don't do these stunts at home.
Disclaimers.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Please don't do
disclaimers.
whatever we are saying at home. Uh,
Do
get
y-
professional guidance if
Get
you decide
professional
to do
guidance. Know
something.
yourself. Know your
Yeah,
body. You know, everyone's bodies are different. You might progress quicker in one part of your workouts, or might progress slower in a different part.
Nimesh is actually a beast, to be
Yeah,
frank.
Nimesh is
So
amazing.
the funny part was he ran with us, and then he ran the Berlin. He finished it in 4:20. And then for me, I like, so when I see Nimesh run 2 minutes faster, I want to catch that time. So for me, that's like a target.
It's healthy competition, right?
I would say it's healthy competition, but my asshole friends keep making fun of me. But it's okay, it
No,
doesn't
I
matter.
think you
That's why they're
need
my friends, na?
you need people to push you, and that is when you grow.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
need people to have the same mentality around you, and that is where you grow. I feel that is one of the most important
Yeah,
things. You're as good as the people around you.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, so that's why I absolutely love working out with your friends. All of them share a very similar idea.
I think 2023 was very good for me. We did a lot of, we did quite a few marathons. It was our first year doing marathons, and we
You
did
guys
do
did
quite a
Mumbai.
few.
You guys did Mumbai twice.
Nah, we did Mumbai half in
Half.
23. 24, we did the full.
We did full. You guys did the full. You guys
did the
did Bangalore, if I'm not wrong.
We did Bangalore,
You
we did
guys did
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. You guys did
The
Hyderabad
boys
twice
did
or
the
once?
boys did Goa.
Yeah, the boys did Goa.
I couldn't go because
Why?
I had my exams.
Yes.
Had my exams.
And Nimesh did the Leh, the highest altitude run.
He did the Leh
Half.
in 2023, February 22nd,
Last year.
last year, and it is basically half marathon on a frozen lake in uh, Pangong. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I know a lot of people want to hit me right now if I'm not. Uh, Pangong Lake. It's like close to the China border supposedly,
Okay.
and you run on the frozen lake.
Yeah.
So
Looks beautiful. I've seen
and
the photos.
he has the Guinness Book of World Records certificate.
Does he
He's
have
one
it
of the
framed?
yeah, I think he
Oh
does.
yeah.
And he's one of the few people who has actually done it. So the initial participants, the first 60 who did it, he's part of that.
Only 60 did it?
Yeah, they have a
Did they have a criteria to select?
but it was only 21, so I think they didn't have a criteria. And
Okay.
all the people who ran, a majority of them had completed
A full.
marathons,
Yeah.
or they were already expert runners. So they've done marathons in Leh.
So the hardest part about that is the altitude, right?
Yes, and the weather.
And the
It's
weather.
minus.
Yeah. So
It's extremely
how
cold.
didn't they have any qualifiers, man? Like if
No,
I was
no, no, no.
organizing the
They
event, I
they
would have a
definitely had criteria, and they had medical checks
okay,
where you have to pass certain examinations, medical
okay,
examinations, and they would check your BP. They would check a lot of things before you actually run, and if they felt something was off, they would say no.
yes.
So they were very strict on that. They also made sure you acclimatize over a span of 7 days.
So
So
you need to
they
go a
took you
week
from
before.
one altitude to another, to another, to another, to another to get you acclimatized.
Oh,
So they did do that.
sounds very
It was
organized.
organized very
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It was organized very well, and they organized it this year too. They had a 42 also this year,
Mm-hmm.
but they had to cancel the 42.
Okay.
The reason because it was snowing.
Oh,
This
ouch.
time when everyone was running, it was snowing. So they canceled the 42. They kept the 21. I think there were uh, I think there were close to 110 people running this time.
You know,
The volume
I do
increased.
not know if it's just us. Like the moment you say snowing, it gets me excited. I'm like, dude, I want to go do it.
I think it's all about, I think once you get,
Mentality, a perspective, right?
no, once you get used to that adrenaline, I
Yes,
think you want more of it. You want to push harder. The after effects of pushing harder are nice. I mean,
yes,
yes, you get sore, you
yes,
get tired, you pain. There's a lot of wear and tear, but the pros outweigh the cons, if you ask me.
yes. I
The sense of
recently,
achievement, the sense of mental growth.
I think the you get a lot more out of it than the. It's
It,
worth the pain.
it's how far can you push your body physically and mentally.
Yes,
That's something that keeps me going.
and in majorly it's the mental aspect where you reach
Yeah.
more than your physical aspect, and I think that's what is so romanticized these days. Most of us keep talking about it. You mentally hit your limit, and that's how it is, right? We're trying to protect ourselves, we're trying to be in the comfort zone, and I recently did my 21, very recent, my first 21, and I've done the 15. I've done 15K on my own. I've done 17K also on my own. But I don't know, 21, the milestone, it hit different. The pain was different. Emotion was
Yeah.
different. The
Yeah.
feeling was different. I learned a lot out of it.
It's like an upgrade. So when you do a 10, after a point it gets easy,
Yeah.
and you do not get the same release.
Yes.
When I say release, not that release, huh?
You get you get used to it. You get very used to it.
Release of
The adrenaline,
whatever you need.
adrenaline, the
The good stuff, the good stuff.
yes,
That is
the
also good, but
serotonin,
yeah, obviously.
serotonin,
Yeah.
all of your all the stuff, your happy chemicals. Dude, after a run, it's very hard to be sad and the entire day.
I have good friends. An example, I would really love to name him, and I know he'll probably kick my ass for this. Varun,
Hmm.
that guy's another beast.
Oh yeah.
He's mad. He came, no training, nothing. I would not recommend this to anybody.
By no training,
His mental, uh, his mental power or his mental state is really good.
perseverance. Perseverance.
Yeah, perseverance. I think if he sets his mind, I think this is the right way to say it. If he sets his mind to something, he will do it. So
Is it really no training? He used to.
so
He
he did the
runs, right?
21 with
He
us.
runs, right?
We used to run on a regular basis. So for 3 months, he didn't run.
Okay.
He was walking, he was doing some yoga at home, and then he had already registered for Tata Mumbai Marathon,
Okay.
the full marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, just come. It's fine even if you don't finish. Just do the run.
Yeah.
He started and he finished. And this is his first full marathon. He finished. He comes. He's smiling. He absolutely has no soreness, no pain, nothing. So he's a beast on another level. And I've seen him do this one time before also when he ran the 21.
Yeah.
And that guy, I tell you, so he's like, I just told myself I'm going to
Yes. Yes. I
uh,
think.
complete it, and I didn't care about the time. I just enjoyed the run. I enjoyed the atmosphere in Mumbai. People were cheering. He enjoys that. He
Yeah.
loves a crowd. He loves people watching, and he loves people cheering and talking to you and pushing
Oh
you to
yes, I
push
remember
yourself.
he.
And
Yeah,
I
I
think that's
ran with
very
him
important.
once, right on the street. We were just running on a day, and it was. I remember a couple of people, random strangers, just walking. They're also running at 6 a.m. Right, and he's yelling at them also. He's saying hi. He's saying,
Come on, let's
come on,
go.
let's
He'll be
go."
shouting at random people, and
Yeah,
they'll be.
his energy is different, man. You need
But I
people like
think
that.
that's the runner spirit, right? You see other
Yes,
people who are pushing themselves. It's always very polite and nice to
you
say,
get
let's
it's
go,
a
keep
community
going,
thing,
let's push
right?
faster.
It's a very
Obviously, if
community.
you are tired and you're zonked, you will be like, don't tell me, I know, I'll go. Obviously, that feeling is there, but there's nothing wrong
When
in
we were
somebody cheering
doing
you on.
the 21K recently, I remember, I think at the 15 kilometer, 17 kilometer mark, there was a guy
Yeah,
walking in front of us. And you just yell, if you can walk, you can run. And I'm just internally laughing at myself. Like, this guy is probably, cursing the shit out of you.
obviously, you can walk, you can run.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the part where a lot of people give up. So, I recently heard someone talking about this. If you haven't trained enough, please do not go out and do the long runs
Yeah.
because there are chances
Mhm.
that you will injure yourself. So, injury is something you can recover from, but you can't recover from fatality.
Yeah.
And even in Mumbai Marathon, two people lost their lives.
Really?
Yeah, very unfortunate. One person was 35 years old. The other person was 70, but the 70-year-old is a veteran.
Okay.
So I think after the Mumbai Marathon, we had a lot of doctors who ran the marathons. They were emphasizing, saying, please always make sure your heart health is in a good place. Do a regular check once a year. If your intake or your activity level has not been up to the mark, please do a regular check. Irrespective, even if it is, they say at least check your um, heart health once a year.
Yeah.
So I think they have specific scans or ECG, etc. for that.
Yeah.
And they say go and visit a doctor after you get it done. And he will tell you if there's any irregularity or anything that must be rectified.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a must.
What about the 35-year-old?
Uh, happens. So see, this is why I remember I always emphasize saying that keep your heart rate within this range
Yeah.
and train.
Yeah.
And that's a very important factor for us because if you don't do that, there are chances at some point your heart rate, without your knowledge, goes to a level where there are chances you'll have an irregular heartbeat or
Yeah.
something adverse could happen. So we've always maintained it within our range.
Yeah.
And you've noticed this also. Eventually, even though we maintain within the range, your speed has gone up. Now,
Yeah.
when you run, your heart rate never exceeds
Yeah.
160.
That's you getting used to it, and that's training.
That's training.
Your heart is a muscle.
Cardiovascular strength.
Yeah.
So you have to do that. Your heart is also a muscle,
Yes, your
exactly.
heart is a muscle. It gets used to it.
So you have to train. So in end of the day, you have to train.
You have to train.
Endurance, please train your hearts. Very, very, very important. I'm not a doctor, but yes, at least from what I know,
Yes, and I think
personal knowledge which I've
personal
gained
knowledge, and
over the years.
it's, I would say, you know, you should be prepared. Be over prepared for things that challenge you
So
as well.
I have this habit where if I'm running a 42, I run it before the 42. So even my first 42 km, I ran it outside,
I know, I know.
and then I went and ran the marathon. So people were saying you're mad. I said no. I felt I wanted to see if I could do it.
What's the harm when
But I
you?
ran 42 only. I didn't run 42.195.
Yes, I
I
remember.
didn't
I
know that.
remember you did. I think you did a
I
40
kept
or
200 meters
41.
short,
Yes, you made a little bit short.
but I did 42 and I stopped. So yeah, but I think I like to make sure I can do it.
Yes,
Otherwise, I don't want to do it. So that is one aspect.
I
But
think
yeah, otherwise I think that's pretty much
how
about training
running and
and
training. Yeah,
yeah, on a regular basis.
I feel, the more you keep doing things, the more you get used to it. Even if it's even if it's running, even if it's weight training, I think the more you get used to it, you want another challenge. You're gonna put on an extra plate, and that's how you make progress. If after a marathon you're gonna push to ultras, after an ultra, okay, a 50, then a 60, then a 70. I think there's sky's the limit once you know the progress. I think
Yeah,
that's what it is. I think the start of the podcast you said this goal. People love the end goal, right? but and they don't care about the progress,
Yeah.
right? The more you fall in love with the progress, the more you fall in love with the entire lead up to the goal,
But
right?
that's the hard part. So I've seen a majority of people, they come with the concept of only results rather than putting in the work. So I want to highlight one thing to everybody out there. There is no magic pill.
Yeah, there is no magic.
There is no magic pill. If you look for an easy out, uh, it actually disappears faster. It doesn't
Yes,
stay because when you do it the hard way, or you do it, I won't say hard way, when you do the smart way or the right way,
the right way.
uh, I would say the results last longer
Yes.
because you create a certain discipline.
Yeah.
And this is what we call part of the process. Enjoy the process.
Enjoying the progress, and I think the more you enjoy the progress, um, let's say your goal is to run a 42, right? And you train 6 months, 7 months, you do your 42, or let's say it's a physique that
Oh
you
yeah,
want.
you're up for a 42 next.
I know I'm up for a 42
Hyderabad
next. It's gonna be
Marathon.
fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hot, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're doing it.
So, I think the more then you achieve it, right? Then you did the 42. You get your physique, right? You get to your weight that you want to be, and then you just stop. That doesn't hit me, man. I think, okay, what next? A faster 42. What next? A 45 maybe. What next? A 50 maybe.
Yeah.
Right? A better physique. A little bit more muscle. A little bit more shredded.
It's always the want.
It's about, yes.
It's always the want, but also it also is the effort that you uh, are going to put for that want.
I think one of the things, I'm going to butcher this quote. I think the quote is from the host from Modern Wisdom.
Okay.
Chris. I think I've shown him, right?
Yeah.
So he says, I think he quotes someone else. Not from, I
Yeah.
might be wrong. He quotes
They
someone. He
all they
generally
all
always
do
quotes
quote
someone
someone
else.
else. Yeah.
He says, you've already achieved the things that you said that are gonna make you happy.
Yeah.
And he says that already achieved the things that are gonna made you happy, but you're still not happy, right? So that's what it is. It's about if that was what your happiness is based on, you've already, let's say 5 years ago, right? I'm going to put you in the situation. 5 years ago, and even me 5 years ago, our goals were different. Our goals were, for me, it was okay, you get healthier, you get a little bit more presentable, you get the confidence maybe. For me, those were my goals. And once you get that, at least, okay, you need to take a step back and actually take it in. And okay, I want this, right? I was an introvert, I think 5 years ago. I never used to talk, and now I have a podcast. So I think that's what it is. It's about, you need to take a step. Yes, you need to take a step back, appreciate it, but also look forward to a lot more.
So you use this word appreciate it. That's very important. So I tell a lot of people, have gratitude for what you have.
Yes.
And also thank yourself every single day, because somewhere along the line we forgot about that and we are so bad to ourselves. Personally, we gaslight ourselves.
Yes.
And that's not going to get you anywhere. You won't see progress. You made a mistake, it's fine, move on. Put the effort, get back on the horse.
It's consistency, discipline, and if anything goes wrong, take the silver lining, move on.
Learn from it.
Yes, take the silver lining, move on. I think that's where you build.
It can be anything. It can be relationships, it can be life, it can be workouts, running, whatever it is.
That's the beauty of all of this, right? You can relate anything to this.
Yeah.
I know I've had my bad days when I felt, okay, I can't get out of this. And I link it to my runs. I'm like, dude, I thought the same way that day. I still finished it, right? In the same way that it correlates. It correlates to everything. Yes, I'm romanticizing it, but it deserves to be romanticized.
Part of what I tell a majority of my clients, not majority, I tell all of my clients, or I ask them every single day is, how are you feeling? What is your energy level?
The first message you get it at 6:30. How are you feeling on a scale to 1 to 10?
What is your energy level on a scale of 1 to 10? The reason is because we have forgotten at some point, when we wake up, we do not assess how we feel.
Yes.
If you know how you feel on that particular morning, you either know something went wrong the previous day.
Okay, I'm just looking at a pigeon. Remember, you put stuff to make sure the pigeons don't go there. The pigeons are just they're chilling, man.
I'll get them out. Sometimes they find a way to get into the snug spots.
Good. Animals
Coffee.
are brilliant in
Coffee.
their own way. You have solutions. You think
These
you're
are
smart.
bullying me. Pigeons have been bullying me for a while.
You think we are smart, but no, animals have their own way.
Unfortunately, there are laws. We can't kill.
Hey, hey.
Not that I would, but.
I'm second thinking myself now. I'm gonna
I'm
maintain
talking
six.
about pigeons,
I do
man.
not know.
Oh,
I'm messing with you.
so we put up the net around the house,
Yeah.
okay, to prevent them from actually putting nests, etc.
Hmm.
You should see the building beside. It's painted with shit.
Yeah.
It's painted with shit. So it is pretty difficult living with them. I think it's
Yes.
just because of the sheer volume.
And they love
They love our house.
cements and stuff. Yeah.
They love everybody's house.
Yeah.
You have an opening, they love to build something.
Yep.
That's how it works for them.
Continuing.
Yeah, sorry. So back to where were we at?
We were talking about. I think I also lost the thought, but correlation, it goes to everything, and a lot of people.
Yeah. So it's basically that we wake up in the morning, we hardly ever think about how we're feeling.
Yes.
It's not only about the physical aspect, but also the mental aspect.
Yes.
So things that you did on your previous day, the things that you ate, every single thing has an effect on how you feel the next day.
Yeah.
And this is part of the reason why I ask people to do a self-assessment every day. So if you say your energy levels at a 5,
Yep.
and when you start off, so eventually the goal is to get your energy level up. And this is one way to assess it, whether there's a change or not. So this change is reliant on food. This change is reliant on your sleep, the amount of water you drink, the stress you take.
Your mental state matters so much.
Yes.
Especially, forget your.
You cannot lose weight if you are stressed, no
Yes.
matter how well you eat.
Yes. So the thing is, mentality affects, okay, your career, your love life, your relationships, everything.
Even a physical aspect of your
Yes.
life.
That is well known, but I don't think a lot of people realize how much your mentality affects your health,
Yes.
your visual health, your, like, your appearance and everything.
Yes.
I think that was one of the reasons why you started taking psychology as a degree, right?
Yes.
I remember that you told me. I said,
Because a lot of clients that I usually have, I personally feel that their eating habits or the choices of food is usually related to the way they think, or it could be something that is triggering them to have certain types of
yeah,
foods. And if I want to actually get deeper into that, the only way I could do that is if I learn
yes.
the actual basics
I
of
think
psychology.
further down the line, we're gonna talk about
Yes.
how exactly mentality
Yes, yes,
changes
definitely.
us on
We
a
will.
chemical level, also on a motivation level,
Yes.
also on a discipline level, also. I remember this takes me back to one of the times when I think we do a weekly check where we
Yes.
take our measurements, and we have a call where we talk about, we do this with all of the
How the
clients,
week was
how the week
basically.
goes, how much have we stuck
What
to
did we do?
yes, stuck to your workouts,
Mistakes,
your
pluses,
yes.
minuses,
And I think
everything.
we were like, dude, you stick to your diet, you didn't cheat, you killed all of your workouts, but we didn't expect the measurements that we got. And by then, I think my body was in a very good, you understood how it
Yeah.
reacts. I understood how it reacts, and I was also bamboozled. You were bamboozled, and I think both of us sat for 2 hours and like, dude, what happened? And I remember that was the first time you asked me, Ashish, were you stressed this week? I'm like, yeah, this is what happened on Wednesday, and I was stressed. He said, makes sense. And he said, you killed the week, but it's just because you were stressed.
Yes.
And
People hardly realize
yeah,
this.
people don't realize this. I think that's one of the
And
reasons.
when I tell them, people do sometimes think I'm bullshitting them.
And I think that's why
And it's justified because
it's
I mean,
it sounds so stupid, right? Like on paper, on, like, if I just told you, so you can you can run a 5K every day, you can eat clean, but you might not see progress today
if you're stressed.
if you're stressed, right? And like, dude, what bullshit? Like,
See, part of the processes, the running, the workouts are help you get de-stressed
yes,
mentally. Yes, it does have a certain level of physical stress on your body,
yeah, fatigue.
but I feel physical stress can be managed better than mental stress.
Absolutely, absolutely. Physical stress, fatigue, inflammation. Do a sauna, do a cold plunge. Gonna be okay.
All good things. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about those.
Yeah, we
also
should. We
going
should.
forward.
We will talk about those. And so yeah, I think people underestimate how much it takes, and I think you tell this to a lot of your clients as well. Um, if you really, really put your mind to not losing weight, you're not going to lose weight
Yeah.
because it's a
If you
mentality thing.
no, see, the I also talk about self-appreciation a lot. I tell people, look at yourself in the mirror every day. The reason I say this is one thing is you have to manifest
Oh yeah.
what you want. So if you're looking at yourself in the mirror every single day and you're saying that, okay, I'm gonna lose this, I'm gonna lose this, I'm gonna get
It's
here.
visualization,
You are visualization.
manifestation, discipline, it's
The
consistency.
moment you actually visualize something, you have already done 20-30% of the work.
Yes.
And
Oh,
it's really a huge change,
this reminds me of
a
one
game
of
changer.
my favorite
And there's a lot
quotes.
of animes.
No, 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 animes, yes.
No, I'm not joking. There are a lot of animes that actually clearly show that if you manifest something and you put your
Yes.
mind, it really happens.
Yes. And one of my favorite, I think one of my favorite quotes, I think, comes from Conor McGregor. He says this: "Yeah, you have the power to." It's a very long quote. I don't remember it, but
Whatever you do,
huh?
whatever you remember.
Whatever I remember, it basically says the same thing, right? It says, um, its manifestation is visualization,
Yeah, it is.
believing it. If you have the power to say it out aloud, it's gonna come true. And this is what he said
Exactly. One
before.
more thing. A lot of people are so afraid to say things out loud.
Yes. The moment you put things on paper, the moment you say it out aloud, even if you
That's
say it to
part
the mirror,
that's part of therapy. They say write it on paper because you start to accept certain things when you do.
I don't know if you know this. You know how I stuck to my when initially when I started working out, my washroom mirror in front of a sink that I see every single day when I washing my face in the morning. I wrote short forms. I wrote, you know, I wrote a lot of things that meant to me, that were my goals at that given time, in a way that no one would understand it. So I had my weight written. I didn't have anything else. I had the date written, and then I had, I think, 6, 7 things that I wanted to change about my life. One of them was getting into shape. So,
I used to do the weirdest thing.
but
I used to get up, look at myself, and gorgeous man.
I think that appreciation came afterwards for me.
Yeah.
So I don't
It took a while for me to get there,
I
but
think
I do that
I didn't
on a
look at
regular
that
basis.
mirror after writing it down, but just because I wrote it down, and I do not know, it's a very subconscious thing. The moment you write it down, you manifest it, man. And I think that is very powerful, very very powerful.
Yeah, okay, so let's sum it up. I think we're losing light also.
No, I think let's do another 5 minutes and then we'll wrap it up. I think the
Cut this
light is
out.
good,
Cut this out in editing.
huh? Fine, let's do another 5 minutes,
Nah, you said 6, right? So
huh?
I was
Hey,
wrong.
we are having fun, and it's gonna be
We
random.
are having fun,
It's gonna
obviously.
be random. I think.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so
that's us being random actually,
where
and
we I think today the episode was a little bit serious, a little bit more
it was organic.
is organic for sure. That's how it's gonna be. We're not gonna script anything, but we do plan to get a lot of fun people on the podcast. We have a lot of
We're still
crazy,
working a bit on the setup,
yes,
but
once,
definitely we're gonna have a lot of fun
and
people
we're
on.
gonna pre-record a couple of episodes, and then hopefully we have a schedule, and we're gonna update you about the schedule of,
Yeah,
okay, every Thursday, every
every
weekend or
Thursday, every
something,
weekend, yeah,
right? You
weekly
guys, you
one.
guys can listen to us while driving. You guys while running,
Yeah,
anything.
for people who know me, listen to me, but please don't harass me later.
Oh yeah, reminds me of your cooking channel.
Don't even talk about that. That was
Well, it was fun.
that was my standard smile. Hello, everybody.
I haven't seen it till date.
You watch it, you know what I'm saying.
As
I
an
was like,
intro.
hello, everybody. And my eyebrows will go up. My
I'm gonna
brother's like,
use,
what's wrong with
I'm
you?
gonna use that as an intro.
If you want to.
No, no. So I think that's what it's gonna be. We are gonna get a lot of fun guests. Some people who are into the fitness industry. Some people who are just
Some
random.
people are art directors.
Oh yeah.
Some people are interior designers.
Yes, I think people who are. I think both of us love to learn. So we're
We
gonna
we
get
will
people who.
also get a few doctors on.
Oh yeah.
We will also get some
So
psychologists
exactly, the whole
on.
podcast is gonna be very random, as you guys probably heard
We'll
today.
make it fun.
Gonna make it fun.
And we'll make sure it's like a debate.
Yeah, because
It's not like we agree with every single point of view.
both of us have
We
a
will
very
question it,
broad.
and I know for a fact that You guys are going to kill us in the comments section. You will question a lot of things that we
Yes.
said. Please do.
And if we
Please
can
feel
answer, we
free.
will answer.
Yeah, we'll try our best
Try our best. And
to
so
give
both
you
of
an
us
answer.
generally always have a different point of view to things, different opinions. So
Yeah,
both of us always keep arguing about stuff. I think that's why we work.
that's why we grow.
Yes, that's
That's
how
how
we
you grow,
grow.
right?
Yeah, that's how
But you
exactly we
should
grow.
be willing to listen to the other
Listen,
person's
yes.
opinion. Yeah, so that
I
that
think that's
matters.
what people don't about taking criticism, understanding it. Take the silver lining, make something better.
Yeah, that's
It's
very important actually.
appreciating growth. It's about doing a lot more things. I think now we hit the 1 hour mark. It's gonna be a short pilot, and I think moving on, the more we keep getting into it,
I think if you have someone on board, I think this discussion is going to just go on.
good. I think until unless we have a time limit, I think today we planned. Okay, we're gonna do 1 hour today, and if
I
we
would like to really get Nimesh on the
oh
podcast,
Nimesh is fun to talk to. I love talking to
but
Nimesh.
I don't know how much he'll talk when he's on camera. Huh?
We're getting
Off
used to
camera, he
it.
talks, yeah,
Dude,
but
if he doesn't talk the first time, you're gonna get him on a second time. You're gonna get him on the third time. He's gonna talk one day.
nah, nah. But yeah, we'll work out a schedule with him.
So yeah,
I don't know.
today we planned it out to be a 1 hour, and generally we talk about all of this stuff hours and hours together. I think that's how the idea came up. Okay, let's do a podcast,
Yeah,
and yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's look forward to it.
and this is us signing out
Yes.
and just being random.
Until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.